Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. This Q information is just phenomenal. I don't know who this group or individual is, but they have a lot of information coming out all the time.
Goes into media collusion. So that would make sense with what we have been told here lately. Maggie Haberman is back in the news here. Probably has a lot more to do with this than we believe. But so this is post 1515. Then, as you can see right here, basically one of the anons here is like, holy shite. And the map goes full circle. Check this out. So, going all the way around, basically coming to Declas. So, there's, I'd say a 10% chance we get Declas tomorrow. I would earlier, maybe in my Q career, would have said 50.
Well, Declas is coming one way or another. There is media collusion. There is so much going on here. It's hard to keep track of really what's happening. The news isn't going to tell us anything. You got to dig this stuff out yourself.
And Bill and Hussein and John Brennan, and a lot of these people are missing.
Huh.
So even George Soros, So let's just think about this. Maybe, Q said 2018 will be glorious. So I figured that something was happening that we didn't know about, and I'm still feeling that. So he did say unless they were dead or hurting, that it wasn't glorious. So I'm thinking something happened before the new year, but we're going to find out soon. All right, let's move on. Okay, follow the pen and the clock. All right, so what else? Is anything for this? Okay. Will POTUS be at Camp David tomorrow? 1 year Delta. Matters of national security? The clock is ticking. Follow the watch. Q.
Boy, I just don't know. But all this stuff with the military intelligence, because Trump cannot go through total judicial means because it's so screwed up on the higher levels.
And just so you realize, it's image 2616 as well, which has some relevance to some of the anons. So I will get back into that. We got a lot of posts to go through. So some links. What if House fails prior to majority change? What vested authorization does the Constitution grant a sitting president regarding matters of national security? Thank you, Mr. Soros. Q. Also, I think this is way deeper than we're seeing here. What if they went back on vacation due to maybe some help? What if this is the plan all along? So things are going to drop tomorrow before, well, I don't know. It's speculation. We'll get back to this.
So much going on behind the scenes that we have no idea about.
Has been talking about it for several days, and White House counsel's office has taken a look at what is possible since the shutdown began, and Trump revived talk of inside White House, of this inside the White House. All right. Several days? What if this has always been the plan? Justice K? So we needed the Supreme Court before it was done. That was it. Timing is everything. Why deploy vested powers of the office of the president under verifiable matters of national security when you can instead unveil America's true enemy? Public awakening.
So there's so much going on here with the timing on all this. There's no doubt that this has been set up and seriously looked at long before we're seeing what's being played out here in public.
Oh, but I think if Q mentions it. First 24 hours of Dems in power. Filed articles of impeachment, Trump. Introduced a bill to kill the Electoral College. Passed bill to fund government without the border wall. Voted unanimously to go home just 4 hours after taking the job. Who's worried for our country? So I took a closer look at these posts, right? And when you look at it, they're all to help keep their vote. That's the only thing any of this is about, regaining power. There's nothing about anything they did that didn't have to do with keeping their own power. Had nothing to do with anything else. Democrats.
So this has always been the deal. This is all about keeping their power. Democrats and the elites are worried about losing their power and their control. So this is all about power control, nothing else. Screw the wall, screw the country. It's all about keeping their control.
The spending bill offers $12 billion more for foreign aid, zero for border wall. One thing I'm going to mention is, where does that $12 billion aid go to? We're going to talk about that later. Because if we know it's just slush funds, then where is it going? And then we can follow where it ends up.
And again, follow the money trail.
Who audits where the money actually goes? How do politicians become extremely wealthy while in office on government salaries? How do XYZ orgs, etc., remain funded? We talked about that in the last video.
So all this is tied to power and money and control. There's no two ways about it.
The corruption infiltration at the top worldwide has spread like cancer. Here's again the foreignexistence.gov. Let's see if it's working now. Map of foreign assistance. 28 billion requested. All right. Why for decades has the UN encouraged donor countries to contribute 0.7% of their gross domestic product, GDP, on foreign aid? The corruption infiltration at the top worldwide has spread like a cancer. Well, if you...
And yeah, all this is about money and control, you can bet.
A super important video. I've watched it about 20 to 30 times myself. What I would suggest is watching it and then going to my video, which I'll put in the links, that has just the text. It's very important, I think. Listen again carefully. So since I have it in the text version, it really does hone in on being able to listen to it. And also in the description of that video, I have the full text, which you're more than welcome to take and make your own videos, make your own anything with. The Great Awakening, Q. And last, but actually least, 2652, couldn't get the page to load. 2.2 million attempted access was within 1 and 2 minutes, site crashed. And that's the Gov site that we were just looking at. Basically, they want their slush funds back. I'm going to probably add a little bit here and there to this video, make it a little more fun than the last one.
Anyhow, there's so much going on here. It's hard to keep up. You really have to have your smarts about this. Notice that these servers went down 2.2 million users access in 1 to 2 minutes. On the 8chan. Keep up on this. You got to be super smart and know really what the heck is going on. But he's leaving queues all over the place. Queues all over the place. Queue. It's interesting. All of this has been set up for internet chat and for internet research, and to keep people on the ball to really what's going on, because the news media is not going to even touch this stuff. They're not even touching this stuff. It's like it's a poison, and they don't want to poison ivy, and they don't even want to get near the tree. It's interesting. Yeah, there's Roger Mark from Billings, Montana. A little more on Q and what's going on. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days with anything that may be declassified. Good day.